Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and you guys, I'm excited. So as you know, if you watch my channel at all, previously, as in like a day or two ago, I'm not sure when these videos will go up, but I reviewed the Revlon Instafilter foundation, and it didn't go so well. And I was like, you know what? I need something to redeem my foundation experience, because there's nothing more depressing than trying a product, and it's not just that it's bad, like it just is so bad. And foundation is one of those things that I'm just like, oh, like it breaks my heart when it doesn't work out. So, as you guys know, I have recently taken to perusing the Beautylish website. And by the way, I really like this whole Beautylish thing because I've actually found some brands on there that I'm not familiar with. Like, I've never tried them. Some of them I've never even heard of, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not adverse to trying you, you cute little guy. So, I stumbled on to a new foundation. Hello. This is the Makeup Atelier. I pronounce it Atelier. It's Atelier. So I mean Atelier, but I say it Atelier. I should really look that word up actually.
Atelier.
Atelier. See, and that's why I call it Atelier. Okay, so that's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with what I call it. But anyways, that's the brand, Makeup Atelier. Yeah, that's what we're going with. And it is their fluid foundation. This comes in 32 shades, which actually the shade range looks really good on their website. You can see that a lot of them are sold out, but look at that shade range. Like, I don't think that that's too bad. I mean, there's a lot of good deep ones, a lot of light ones. And I picked up the shade, which shade did I grab? Oh, that's dark. I picked up the shade Clear Nude, which is FLW2Y. Oh my God, that's dark. Probably should have went with number 1. Yep, that looks a lot lighter. Yeah, this is definitely very dark, but that's all right. We're going to make it work. I don't care. I just want to test it. So it is $32 for this foundation, and you get 1.01 fluid ounces. I feel like this must be an over-the-pond brand. Like, maybe this is like a European brand, made in France. Yeah, I think this might be like a made in Paris type situation, because I've noticed that a lot of the wording on the packages is in French. Anyways, none of that's relevant. In the description box, it says, this is their waterproof fluid foundation. It is resistant to sweat, tears, and sebum, like oily type nasty. With its sebum absorbing gel, this foundation will apply with excellent spreadability and provide a high, long-lasting coverage with a matte finish. Oh, if that does not sound like my form of Jesus. And this has, it looks like 34 reviews, which give it 4.5 stars. So a lot of people really like it. I didn't go through and read, but that's just what the stars say. Yeah, $32. I already said that. Let's go ahead. We're just going to put it on. There wasn't any other information, and I just had to try a new brand. So, get you guys all zoomed in here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start applying it. It does come with a pump. That feels really kind of wiggly. The packaging is actually really pretty for a plastic package, I think. It has like a really nice, sleek design to it, which I appreciate. And if it comes with a pump, I appreciate it even more. So let's go ahead and alright, so I don't think it's the worst. It does have a very fluid consistency. It's not like completely liquid, but it's pretty liquidy. We might want to take those off. We're going to grab our mirror here and our clean little beauty sponge, and we're going to start, of course, you guys know I do 1/2 Beauty Blender, and then I try the other half with a brush just to see how it, oh. Alright, okay, so aside from it not being my color, whoa, Nelly. That coverage isn't bad, let me tell you. So this is the part of the video where I'm always like, what do they want? Because here's the thing. Some people get pissed off when you take out the part where you apply the foundation. I hate it when people show this part. I feel like it's so annoying because it's like, I don't want to watch you put it on your face. So I usually skip over a lot of the actual application. I show you a little bit of it like I am right now, but then I stop, because I don't really feel like you guys watching me apply foundation for 15 minutes is all that exciting. But you guys can tell me. I don't have a problem with showing some of it, but I feel like I've watched some YouTube videos and literally they show this for 20 minutes and I'm just like, stop it. So that is one layer, and you can definitely still see some of my discolored situation right there. So we're going to go in with a tiny bit more and see if it builds up. So far though, I would say that this is a decent medium coverage. It doesn't appear to be building to full coverage because I just added that second layer, and you can definitely still see what's going on, but maybe it'll build up better with a brush, who knows. So let's go ahead and find, where's my Morphe Y6? All right, we're going to go in now with the Morphe Y6. This is consistently the one that I use anytime I test a foundation, and I'm just going to go ahead. I need more product, Paige. Why did you think that would be enough? I had like one tiny little left on the back of my hand, and I was like, this should be fine. No, it's not, Paige. No, it is not. So let's go ahead, and I always start whenever I'm applying my foundation with a brush. I do kind of start with a little bit more drag. This is actually a trick that I learned from, I think it was Wayne Goss, and I saw it a long time ago. But he actually said that if you're trying to like fill in your pores, and if you have like, you know, man pores like I do, it's actually really helpful to take your brush or your beauty sponge or whatever and do like a really light swirl over your pores, because it really helps fill them in a little bit better. So if you guys are ever like, why is she dragging that? It's only the first layer with a brush that I ever drag and kind of do this with, but I always do it just as a way to kind of help fill in my pores, and I do notice that it helps. So fun fact, I learned it from Wayne Goss. I say that like him and I are like best buddies. Like, I learned it from Wayne Goss. Good old Wayne and I go way back. I do feel like you get better coverage with a brush. It just seems like it's building up a lot nicer over my darker red areas, like down here. And that's just with a really nice light stippling motion. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go back and kind of build up the other side a little bit. I am getting light brush strokes. They're not awful, but I will have to go over them with a beauty blender to smooth it all out. But I do think that the coverage, I mean, this was all one coat with the brush versus the beauty blender. So that was kind of nice. I will say though that because you get more coverage right from the start, the brush side looks a little heavier in color than this side, just because obviously it applied a little bit more. That's actually a really beautiful finish on this foundation. I really like it. There's a hair on my nose. Alright, so now I'm going to go over this with a brush, and I am going to be going in again today with my Kylie Cosmetics concealer. I love how light this is. She nailed, you can say whatever you want about her, I'm not even the biggest fan, but that girl nailed her shade range. Like, she had the lightest of the light and the darkest of the dark for the, for her shades. I was obsessed. Like her, and I really like her foundation. I like her concealer a lot. I think it does a really good job. It's not as full coverage as like Tarte is or anything like that, but I love how bright it is for the under eye. And I know that this looks ridiculous, but once I even it out like with the rest of my face, it won't look so crazy. But you guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish up my face. Oh, my dog is barking like a mad dog. Oh my God. Fun fact though, she's barking like there's a murderer, when in reality she's probably just barking at a cat, because she sees the cats and gets so excited. It's ridiculous. Oh, and if I get some questions on this every now and again, people ask me why I put, you know, the lighter concealer around my mouth like that. I do it honestly just because I need that area a little bit brighter. I've noticed that for my skin tone, around my mouth always gets really, really dark throughout the day. I don't know why, but it does. So that's kind of how I combat that. And then when I go in and I use all my powders and stuff, it just looks a lot nicer. It's like it balances out. Oh, sweet Jesus, that dog. Okay, I'm going to go deal with her. And I'm going to finish up my face. I'm going to use all the same powders and all the same everything. And I will check back in with you guys here at the end of this beading process and kind of see what we think and where this is going. Right now, it's actually going really well. Like, I think it looks okay. It's sitting a little weird over my texture, but I'm curious to know if that's the product or if it'll like smooth out with powder. So anyways, I will check in with you guys here in a little bit and I will be right back. I mean, can't believe that you'd want to leave this, but it's a stretch, but we're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. Alrighty, everybody, so I got my face on the rest of the way, and I'm actually really shocked. Now, this foundation, I feel like it's kind of playing a little bit of a trickery with me, because like on camera, looks stunning. In this mirror, without my glasses on, it looks flawless. But then when I get up close, it looks a little bit too matte, just a tiny bit. So what I'm thinking is that this foundation might be one of those ones that has to really like take an hour or so to really meld with my skin. I've talked about that a ton. I'm not going to go into it, but honestly, I am so impressed. It looks so beautiful right now on my skin. Like, my skin looks very bright and refreshed, but also very matte. And there was one title of a comment that I read. It was like one of the first ones when I was scrolling through this morning to like get the 4.5 out of 5 stars or whatever. And I scrolled by one comment and it said something like, matte doesn't mean dull or something along those lines. And I was like, that's a weird title for a comment. And I just kept scrolling. I didn't think anything of it until now. That is so accurate with this foundation. The matte, over a lot of times when you wear a matte foundation, it doesn't matter if you're oily or not, it always looks dull, or it kind of like brings your skin down and it makes it, I'm sorry, did I mean for you to talk? No, I did not. But there's always something about matte foundations that like seems to almost dull the skin. And if you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, or you've watched any of my like, you know, favorite foundation-y type tips, and when I just do a get ready with me, a lot of times I include these iconic London drops or some kind of a drop like this to bring back that illumination and that like beauty to the skin, because I feel like it always does look a little dusty or dry or chalky, or there's always some element like that to it. And this foundation is matte. It is completely matte. Like, it is matte, but it is so like lit, and I can't even, there's not even enough word. And I keep looking at my reflection because it looks so beautiful over the planes of my face. Like, I'm so impressed at this current moment with how it looks. I am so excited to see how it wears. It did oxidize a little bit, and you probably can't tell on camera. I did go in with like a bronzer, and I just kind of tried to like fix the situation. I don't think it looks bad at all. I actually think the color is very beautiful, especially for how it looked in the container. I was like, oh great, I'm gonna look like an egg. But it's really not, it's not that bad. What kind of an egg is this color? Don't even get me started, Paige. Where does your brain go? Now, as far as what else is on my face, I am playing around with this little devil. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. This is like an iconic friggin' lipstick at this point. I'm like, I can't wait to tell you guys all about my lipstick collection one day. But this is one that I have seen so many people talk about. It's like a universally favorite. Good job, Paige. This is a favorite by a lot of people. So many people really love it, enjoy it. The color is beautiful. It's a great nude. And over top of that, I popped a little bit of Buxom gloss. This is White Russian. They don't make it, but any clear gloss would work. It doesn't really matter. Just pop a gloss over top, and it is stunning. I'm obsessed with this color. This I also picked up off of the Beautylish website. Choking again. What is wrong with me? And then as far as what is on the eyes, which by the way, they turned out so stunning. That was completely unintentional. And I did that all with a bunch of ColourPop shadows. I purchased, oh gosh, I don't even know, it's probably been a couple months now, and I just like to play around. I love ColourPop shadows so much, and I love a lot of their singlets. The only thing in here that's not ColourPop is this highlight right here, which is Ofra. I got that in a BoxyCharm, and I don't know, oh, son of a monkey. I just gouged one of my shadows. But anyways, I just worked a bunch of like this pink, this purple, this pink, and then, where is it? This lighter brown, and then a darker brown right here. I worked those kind of all into the crease, and then for the halo, I went in with this really beautiful shimmery one, which is broken, or I would pull it out and tell you what color it is. But somehow, somewhere, and apparently at some point in my life, I broke that. So is anybody surprised? No. But anyways, I really love ColourPop single shadows, whether they're in one of these or whether they're by themselves. I don't care where they are. I just love ColourPop shadows so much. They are so good. And then the highlight on my face, I tried using that Ofra highlight. It was too dark for me. Big shocker. So I went in with this Ofra highlight instead, and I mixed these two colors together. This is the Everglow highlight, which I think was, yes, that was the collab with Ofra and Nikki Tutorials. Those two right there. I mixed them together, and it's stunning. But other than that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go do my day, and I'm super excited to see how this wears and if it's good and all that good stuff. And it does talk in their description about controlling sebum and oil and all that, so I'm even more intrigued than normal, because most of the time, even the most matte and oil-friendly foundations don't make that claim. They do not talk about it, so I'm super excited to just see how this one goes. So I will check in with you guys at the end of the day, and we will see how this mug wore all day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, now who's had a long day? This girl right here and this foundation. You guys, I am like, I want to look at the ingredients to know what's in this. I am so impressed. Like, let me put this in the easiest way I know how. My face, like literally the makeup did not hardly move. It broke down a little bit like you would expect. This has been on my face for almost 12 hours, and I swear this looks like it's been on my face for like maybe like 6 hours. Like maybe. It looks so good. My only complaint with it would be the way that it sits like on my pores. It doesn't do a good job at like really filling them in. Now I'm gonna like side note that by saying the only foundation The only one. If you have big old man pores like me and you're like, how do I get these to not look so bad on camera? The only foundation I've ever found ever and you guys, I have at least probably 40 to 50 foundations. Like I have so many foundations. And I'd like to say that that's exaggerated. Okay, maybe not 40 to 50, but there's probably 30 or so in here. And the only one that's ever filled them in and made them look amazing is the Dior Forever Skin. This stuff right here, this is the best foundation. This literally will take any texture, pores, everything on your face, and you will look like as smooth as plastic. You will look like a sheet of plastic. It's the most beautiful thing in the whole world. You want to look fake and porcelain doll? This, well, not porcelain, but you want to look like a doll with the best skin? This is the foundation. I'm not kidding you. I didn't even think miracles like this existed for my skin type. I'm obsessed with that. This is the only one. So with that being said, the only thing that I don't like is the way that it does kind of sit in and like show my pores, but at the same time, every foundation does that except for that one Dior foundation. Like all the rest do it. So I'm not going to hate on it so much for that. And if anything, I would probably just take a little bit of this and mix it in to try and get that same effect, or maybe put down a little bit of this first, and then go over it with this. But you guys, overall, holy crap, does this last so well. If anything, oh, and by the way, I did not blot not once today. I have no oil. Like, you will not find oil on this face. Oh no, you will not. And there was the tiniest, like, I mean, like, touch my nose and oop, there it goes. Tiny amount of oil, like on the side of my nose, or one of these sides, both sides, I don't know. There was the tiniest bit of oil. After almost 12 hours, like ridiculous. I mean, it looks so beautiful. My forehead, the Hulk, he didn't even eat. He didn't even take, basically like not even a snack on this field trip. No, queen, he did not. I am so impressed with how well this wore. Oh, and it did sit a little bit into like this line and overall in this area. I've told you guys before, my mouth area, like right here, I talk a lot. So it's very like this move right here, it happens a lot. And as you do this, that is what moves all this skin, and essentially that's what'll break up foundation. That's why a lot of times you'll notice that for most people, not all, but for most people, like the planes of their face, like right here and right here, tend to stay a lot nicer looking throughout the day. It's because most people don't do a lot of that, you know, and they don't drastically, that was really cute, but they don't drastically move the planes of their face. So it keeps that more taut and at one like even keel all day long. Whereas this is constantly moving. Your forehead is very expressionistic. Your nose, you touch your nose, you blow your nose, you know, you have like a sniffle, a sneeze, or you bump your nose. I mean, anything, seriously, anything moves like this region of your face. So that's why I'm not even like that mad at it either. Like, I'm so impressed. Oh, and I laughed so hard I cried today. Like, I was like full on, just like, ah, you know how you just have one of those moments? I die. And I was literally just like, oh my God. And my first thought is, F, I'm doing a foundation test. Now I wrecked it. Wait a second. It says it's waterproof. Oh, it was. I literally was like dotting my face with like tissues for probably 10, 15 minutes, just like dotting my face. And it didn't change. Like, there was not tissue marks. There was not any mark on my face from a tear running down. Like, there was not even like the laughter. You know how when you laugh, like it'll like transfer and like this all gets weird and caking up. Nothing. Like, you guys, it literally looks like I put this on and then just like laid in bed all day. Like, it looks gorgeous. I'm so impressed. Now, again, when we get up close, it was on for 12 hours, so don't be like, wow, I can see what's going on. Because, yeah, there's definitely stuff happening, but wow. Like, let's do the close-up. So the little bit of texture I was talking about is through here, like right in this area. You can see like a little bit on this smile line, a little bit of light texture up through here and right here. And then the nose, like, look at how good the nose looks. By the way, I'm an idiot. I pinched the sides of my nose like 10 minutes ago, so you'll see a little bit coming off here and here because I'm an idiot. But like the nose still held up so gorgeous. There's like no oil at all. The Hulk, literally no snacking. Like, look at that. Barely even anything happening right there. That's where my mascara smudged on both sides because I'm an idiot. But you guys, look at how well, like, everything stayed covered. It is completely in place. Like, what's going on in my life right now? And like all my everything, all the bad spots, they all stayed covered. I say bad spots like I'm an apple, but they all just stayed so perfectly covered. Like, everything did. You guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you liked it, that you enjoyed it. You guys, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe on this video if you, well, You're not going to subscribe to the video. You're going to subscribe to me, but you can comment and like the video. And you can go down to the description box and be like, hey girl, hey, all them social media handles, and then go type them in and then find me, and you just do a little bit of this. And before you know it, you'll be following me everywhere. And that, let's face it, that's the best part of my life right there. But you guys, thank you so much, as always, for letting me be weird and crazy and kooky and like have this personality that I have, and for not crazy shaming me. I've come up with this new thing, and I don't know what word I want to put there, but you know how there's like fat shaming, and like you just shame people, and then you pick the word that describes the person or the issue, and then you shame it, like you fat shame, or you could gay shame, or you could, I don't know, color shame. I don't know what people do, but there's all this like shaming that happens, and I feel like in the world people are like weird shamed or like shit shamed. Maybe that's what shit shamed. That sounds like you have IBS. I do have IBS. So thank you for not like weird shaming me or making me feel like a leper in a world full of just like tame little people. And here I am like, blah, blah, blah. So thank you guys always so much for being so amazing and so supportive and so sweet. We are growing leaps and bounds in the subscribers, so you guys are awesome. Oh my God, thank you. And I'm so excited. I just love bringing you guys content and being honest with you and always being able to tell you what's really going on with me and with the world and with the product. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Do 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 do. Makeup Atelier from Paris. Bonjour. I love it.